Guess what's so boy?
150 gunning, I'ma run it in the fast lane. Pass lanes, watch me like a matinee. Running through the toe, easy pass him in the cash lane. The past staying and I'm never looking back, man. Pop shit, I ain't really trying to talk it out. Drop hits, I can show you what it's all about.
Hello and welcome to Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets. I'm your host this weekend, filling in. We have filling in as it is. I will be back next week as well, but this week in particular, we're going into week 11 here. I'm joined with Sir from last week and every week prior, Tim from last week and every week prior, and our special guest, host of Talk That Talk show, Barry Holmes. How you doing, man? We'll start with you.
Man, I'm doing great, bro. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to come here on the show and, speak my mind and also, showcase my brand, man. I think that, what you guys are doing and showing the consistency of, going out here each and every week and giving people a great show, that's what I'm all about. So I'm just happy to be here and happy to be a part.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll be going back and forth in a little bit because our teams play on Sunday, but it is what it is. So really quick, though, Barry, just tell people about your show before we get going on week 11, week 10 recaps and stuff.
Dope. Yeah, I have a show. Like I said before, the show is called Talk That Talk Show. It's a weekly podcast that I record live on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. 8:30 on Fridays. We've eclipsed over 20,000 downloads. We're on episode 132. We got a loyal fan base. We've sold, I think over $15,000 worth of merchandise. So, realistically, the whole point of the show is around sports, society, and culture. And I just try to, think of everything self-reflectively and, give my viewers or the loyal viewers out there a little bit of who I am, vulnerability with them to help them see the bigger picture with a lot of things within sports and then within my own life. So you never know what you're going to get on the episode of the Talk That Talk show. So tune in, check us out on talkthattalkshow.com. But for right now, it's about this podcast. So I'm ready to lock in.
All right, let's go. We'll first start with some week 10 recaps here. And we'll start with, once again, this is an ongoing theme, the team that lost, the New York Jets. Well, we start with the bad, end with the good.
Do we have to?
No, we can skip. We can skip this. It's fine.
So another beating, oh my God, this is the Mike White era, and another disappointment for the Jets. Tim, how long did you stay tapped in?
I don't know. It was about halftime. I was like, yo, are there other games on that I can watch? Because it got brutal. And honest to God, I told you all to bet against the Jets. I said it was going to be ugly. Mm-hmm. Boy, was it ever ugly. The Mike White honeymoon is over. We can forget about it. They're starting Joe Flacco this week. So even the coach is just like, nah, man. And to be honest, I think this week Joe Flacco gives them the best chance to win. Are they going to win? I don't think so either. But you saw the kid. He wasn't ready. You're going to play a team that just played against Lamar Jackson, and they did very, very well against Lamar Jackson. Now you're going to expect a rookie quarterback coming off a 4-pick game to have any sort of success? Like, I don't think so. Maybe Robert Saleh saw something in his demeanor, in his eyes that he just didn't like, and so they're going to move on. I wish Zach Wilson was healthy because he would definitely be starting this week. There'd be no reason to even have this conversation, but, he's not. So we'll see 1 week of wacko for Flacco, and then the Jets will be back to, seeing what their future could be. And that's all you can really hope for at this point.
What a miserable existence as a Jet fan. So we'll move on to Sir, who had a nice Monday night win, which I kind of thought was going to happen. Once again, I kind of got talked out of betting them, even though I wanted to bet the Niners. But, Sir, what do you think here? Are you guys back? Are you going to make a run at that last wild card?
I don't know if we're back, but I tried to tell you, Shanahan as a road dog or as a home dog, dangerous. I mean, I didn't talk you out of it. I kept my mouth shut because I get in trouble whenever I try to talk you out of something. So. But I tried to tell you, for some reason, a favorite. He plays. I don't know if he gets hyped. Like, he took off a favorite. I'll be all right. And then they lay an egg. But as an underdog, he comes out to play.
Right. So, and I think I saw, was he 5-0 versus McVay? Or something?
Yeah, I told you he has his number. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just I don't know. It's just something about, I said, division matchups. You can never tell. So
ever.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and then we'll move on to the Chiefs here with our guest. And finally, I'm not looking forward to this weekend because somehow, some way, they found their magic again, and Patrick Mahomes threw for 5 touchdowns. So was this like, did you know this was going to happen as a fan, Barry? You understand when people overreact. The media is shit on all aspects of sports and anything else. So were you ever really worried, or did you just know they'd bust out at some point?
Well, I think that, part of being a fan is it's a shortened term for the word fanatic, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're fanatically emphatic about the Chiefs, you can't not believe in that offense. And if you look at the teams that they lost to in Tennessee, which is a good team, the Chargers who were streaking before, the Ravens, all of these teams that they've lost to are quality teams. And, what you have to realize is that the Raiders haven't beat the Chiefs consistently in over decades, right? So, to say that I didn't think that they were going to win, it'd be false. But what I will say is that there was a lot of people that were hating on the Chiefs, saying that Patrick Mahomes is done, saying that, we're not even a playoff team. You had Wiley on, not Wiley, it was one of those people on ESPN that said that the offense is blah. So, a lot of that shit is crickets right now because, what you saw that the Chiefs have done is put themselves back in first place with that win. So, I think that, it's not going to get any easier because now we got the targets back on our back instead of playing the underdog. But, I'm really happy with what happened. And, I would like to see them play against a more high quality team because the Raiders are good, but I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. So, I think that, we're still at best a wild card team, but let's see if we can get a little bit more.
Yeah, but go on, sir.
I would say I don't think the offense was ever disrespected. It was that defense that couldn't stop a nosebleed. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing better in the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to tell y'all, like they've given under 30. Like your offense is going to put up 30. It's just can the defense hold them to under? So
yeah,
and that's why that Cowboys matchup makes me so worried because Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, that rushing attack is deadly, man. And what we see from the Chiefs is a lot of times when they can't stop the run, that opens everything up. And Amari Cooper's been slumping, so I see a big game coming from him, and I just hope that the offense can outscore him because I think this will definitely be a shootout.
Yeah, and since we all think it'll be 38-31, knowing how the NFL has been
13-7.
It'll be 13-7. I'm not even kidding. I have and this isn't even a bias. I have Patrick Mahomes in fantasy. I'm not starting him this week because of an inkling, because I have a feeling this is going to be a 17-14 fucking game. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it.
Who are you starting in favor
I am starting Tua versus the Jets instead. That's what I'm doing.
Homie, is you drunk?
Come back to this when he puts up.
You drunk, bro? You start Tua over Patrick Mahomes.
Clip it, chat. Clip it.
Mahomes has gotten me not a lot of points this year. I could have started
Tua Tebow, bro. Yeah. Tua Tebow. You start him over Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
You bugging, bro.
I'm starting a quarterback versus the Jet defense over a quarterback versus the putrid Cowboy defense that Tim said was last week when he was on here bashing the Dallas Cowboy defense, saying this defense stinks. He took Matt Ryan. He took Russell Gage, Kyle Pitt, whoever the hell, and they had like 30 points. It was a beating. Yeah, Tim.
Damn.
All right, I'll own my mistake. Matt Ryan, I'm calling you out, Mo. You are a piece of trash. Dear God, cost me some big money in DFS.
Go get him, boy.
The rest of my team went off. He couldn't throw it to me. I'm wide open. He missed me.
As a Cowboy
right in the ground.
As a Cowboy fan, I kind of knew that would be a bloodbath because the way they played versus Denver, I mean, at home. The next team that came in, you were just like, okay, this is bad news. They're walking into a buzzsaw. As a fan, you love those 35-3 games. It was over in the first half, and you're just like, I don't have to stress. And I think winning the in-conference games is better. But I want to segue into that because
when you have both on Monday night, blowout and a division game, it was a beautiful thing on Monday night for me.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, you had it great. You had it phenomenal. But so did Barry though. Division game blowout on a Sunday night. I see the only one not happy was a Jet fan, as per you. So
that shouldn't be a surprise though.
Bro, listen, I'll take the better draft pick. I'm fine with losing.
We've been doing that for 5 years.
That's fine. That's fine. We got to connect on one of them. We can't be terrible forever.
I thought the same thing, and it's been 15 years. Yeah.
But you got there, right? I'll be here in 15 years. I'm here for it. I'm here in the long haul. My teams are all terrible. It doesn't matter to me. Losing, I'm norm. It's become a normality to me. I'm unaffected by losing. That's just how it is.
Yeah, you get numb to it. That's what you need, man. Yeah. You know what, though? At the end of the day, there's more important things in sports, so you really can't take it as is. That's what you got to keep telling yourself. It's like you wake up, you got to go to work, pay your bills, and it's just a fucking game at the end of the day.
This isn't a fucking therapy session. I'm fine. Like, I'm not fucking hang myself.
Go fucking kill yourself in the kitchen then. Go ahead. That's all that matters. Please don't.
What'd you say? Take a shot? All right, we'll do.
So this goes to the unpredictability of the NFL. The Cowboys get stomped by Denver, then Denver hosts Philly. The Eagles go into Denver. It's like, do you guys remember a more unpredictable year with the teams? Like, you're almost not even worth taking the favorite anymore on a bet. If a team's a minus 340, you might as well just take the shot with the plus 280, right?
Unless they're playing the Jets.
That's true.
I don't remember the exact number, but like the underdogs have been like pretty profitable this year. It's like 60% win clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one last thing I want to touch on before we get to the picks and the DFS. How do these NFL players not know that there's like overtime can end in a tie?
Every time there's a game, you hear somebody say
bullshit. That's bullshit.
Right.
Bro, like not he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you couldn't tie."
McNabb said that. I remember McNabb said that in like 2008 they tied the Bengals. Eagles have actually tied the Bengals twice in the past like 15 years, which is weird.
Listen, you can't talk shit about the Eagles. Nick's not here to defend himself. We don't need to have him jumping in like he did the one time he was sick and then came on the episode to yell at Miguel. Like,
he yelled at me because of the Lindor deal, which he was actually probably right about. Looking back on it. Whatever it is.
By the way, I don't know if you guys are watching your phone. Apparently, there was a story that just broke about Antonio Brown. Yeah, he obtained a fake COVID card or some shit, like
fake vaccine card, and just
like,
showing it off. Like, bro,
guy, like, he just can't get out of his own way.
No, he can't.
Well, that's literally like MF Doom said, rat snitches telling all their business. Like, yo, he really telling on himself, bro. What are you doing? Like that was like the one time where he's like ragging out his baby moms on Facebook Live in front of his children. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, or when he went on the Instagram Live or Facebook Live during like the Steelers, like I think Tomlin was like ripping the coach or they were celebrating something, and he's going live in the locker room. Like, bro, you don't do that.
Yeah.
He let's put it this way: when these guys have money, they really don't care about the outcome. You know, like we have social consequences for our actions. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes those guys, you know, what they have, they make these stupid fucking decisions because they feel like, oh, if I got lawyers, I'll pay them off. You know, that's literally
Excuse me, Henry Ruggs. I'm looking at you, fam. I'm saying,
yeah, that was
Henry Ruggs. Like, he got money. He gonna be a donkey. Come on now.
Yeah, it is weird. It's I don't know. Maybe like they're so used to not being disciplined because you got to look at someone, any athlete in a sport that made it pro, how good they are. They've been good since they were 14. Like these are freaks of nature. So like they've been told yes, like every level, and like they might feel like there's no consequence at all. And I don't know. It might just be wired different, you know.
Yeah, when you live that way where there's no consequences, it's a dangerous road. Dangerous road.
Absolutely.
Imagine us not being good at anything we do, and we know there's consequences for our action.
It's like it goes with sports analysts too. If some of these analysts, if I was as bad at my job as they are at being an analyst, I'd get fired. Some of them make the dumbest fucking statements and pick the dumbest games, say the dumbest shit.
Max Kellerman.
I was about to say the same.
It's just for headlines. It's just that's all it is.
It's infuriating. All right, so we're gonna get to our parlay picks here. The records, we got Tim took the lead over at 17, 12, and 1.
Say it louder for our new fans.
Listen, you're the ultimate loser on this show. You just admitted that. So if you want this victory, take it. 17, 12, 17, 12, and 1 with an 8-1 last 3 weeks, which is very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I dipped down to 16, 13, and 1 because I want to get off the show. Sir's at 12, 17, and 1, and Nick's making a slow comeback with 13 and 17. And our guests are 1 and 2, the last guest we had. So Barry, hopefully you could be better than 1 and 2, and you could really, cement your statement here as a good guest. So we're gonna start with you, Barry, since you are a guest. Give us your 3 games and what you like. Cue the music now.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, going off of how terrible the Jets are, going off of Joe Flacco starting, I just don't believe in him. So starting off, I'm going Miami -3.5. I mean, I think that's a lock. Miami, you're starting Tua for the same reason over Patrick Mahomes.
We're on the same page here. We're on the same page.
You, man. I like that Miami 3.5. I think it's not that difficult to beat the Jets by more than a field goal. If they are, then damn it, Miami sucks. But I think that Miami can pull that off. Secondly, another one that I like is I like the Eagles money line. I think that I don't believe in Trevor Siemian. I think that the Saints have showed us week in and week out we don't know which New Orleans team that we're going to get. The Eagles coming off of, a pretty substantial win where you said they came into Denver and pretty much shut the lights off. So, I think that the Eagles ride that streak. This was my little bit riskier pick here, but I do think that the Eagles have shown enough that they can beat a team in New Orleans that, doesn't really have a premier quarterback that can outscore them. Mm-hmm. Then thirdly, I tried to pick something different, money line against the spread. And then this one I have is the Packers-Vikings under 47.5. I know you said that Dallas Cowboys-Chiefs game was going to be, a real tough, grinded out game. And I think that that's going to be the same for this Packers-Vikings game. Sir actually mentioned about how difficult these divisional games are. And I just don't see both of these teams putting up more than 22, 23 points each. We just saw how the Packers beat the Seahawks, and they only put up 10 points. So, I think that under 47.5 is a pretty safe play there. So, my 3-team parlay is Miami -3.5, Eagles money line, and Packers Vikings under 47.5.
I love that Viking pick, by the way. I actually might lay some money on the Vikings money line on Sunday. I don't know why. It's one of those weird games that the Vikings need it, so I do love that pick. I'll go next here because I'm in second place, and then we'll go to
I'm happy that you love that money line bet.
No, thank you. All right, I'm going to go with 3 home underdogs actually on the points. I'm going with Seattle as a +2 at home versus Arizona. I don't care if Kyler Murray plays or not. Even if he does play, I'm sticking with it. Russell Wilson just had the worst game of his career. The first time they've been shut out. They're back home. I think that they straight up win this game. I'm also going with the Jacksonville Jaguars +6.5 at home versus your Niners. This is a letdown game for San Francisco. They just blew out a division opponent. Now they got to fly across the country to Jacksonville, who's actually been playing very well. Might lay some money on the money line there as a +230, but I'll take the 6.5. And I am doing it again. I am going against Bill Belichick tonight. I am taking the Atlanta Falcons +6.5, and I straight up think the Falcons are going to win this game. They had their worst game ever under this Arthur Smith guy, whoever the hell their coach is now. They put up 3 points, were embarrassed versus the Dallas Cowboys. This is a short week. The Pats played their best game of the year, and the Falcons played the worst game of the year. That Thursday road game is tough. The Ravens just lost to the Dolphins, so don't tell me that this is impossible. I think that the Falcons win this game straight up, but I'll take the 6.5 to be safe. So those are my 3. Falcons +6.5, Jags +6.5. So I'll probably get burned on both of them because they'll both lose by a touchdown, but it is what it is,
You are really trying to get kicked off of this show.
I do.
You really want Nick to come back. Nick, I hope you're watching, brother. We need you.
Whatever. Tim will wait for you to go last, sir. Take it away. You need to make up some ground, sir.
I like
this is your time.
Hey, I'm trying to. So the first game, sick. Sorry, oh boy, but you got Joe Flacco back there, bro. I am not taking good money and betting Joe Flacco. Give me the Dolphins -3.5. I'm saying, nah, fam, can't do it. I know it's Tua Tebow. Apparently, Scott's starting him over Patrick Holmes, which not the best, but whatever. Give me the Dolphins -3.5. Second game, you got Kirk Cousins. You got Aaron Rodgers. Who you trust more? I thought so. Give me Green Bay -1.5. I can't trust Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, I'm saying, like, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, he owns that division. Like, the Bears, he owns them. He owns the Vikings. Like, give me Aaron Rodgers in this division matchup. And the third one, I don't know about this one. There's certain teams some players have their nemesis. On Monday night, give me the Giants plus 11 against Tampa Bay. I know it's not very profitable to bet against Tom Brady. I'm aware of this. But his worst games are what has to do against the Giants, usually. You know what I'm saying? And, like, they haven't been looking that greatest. Like, it's off 2 straight L's. I don't know, bro. Giants, listen, normally, I usually bet against y'all. But this week, look, don't let me down.
Sir, you're going to make a lot of friends this week when they watch the show. They are going to be happy with that pick.
Listen,
That's
you know what I'm saying?
ambitious.
Just saying, just look at the history against Brady against the Giants, bro. I'm just saying, hey, man, listen.
That's true.
He's not wrong. Even when the Giants were like 2-14 the one year, they only lost by like 1 to the Pats. It was nuts.
For some reason, the Giants and lately the Saints have been his nemesis.
Yeah.
Saying so, hey, why not?
He's never lost.
Daniel Jones is better on the road. Saquon might return. Hey, everything's turning in my favor with this one, so why not?
Sir, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for the Giants to get blown out, actually, because I'm sick of their fans. But I'm rooting for you in the other two. I'm not at all. Tim, take it away.
I'm a little worried with my picks now because I've got the same pick as 2 of the other people on this podcast. And one of them is in last place. So something's got to change for Sir. And that starts with the Dolphins covering 3.5 against the Jets. A defense that sacked Lamar Jackson 5 times now gets to run free against old-ass Joe Flacco? Yes, sir. I'm not saying that it's going to go over in the amount of points that are scored. But goddamn, they're going to beat them by a touchdown. The line should be 7. I don't know why the line isn't 7. Coming off how the Jets have played the last couple weeks. Either way, that Dolphins defense is going to run amok on the Jets. The other game, sir, god damn it, I hate agreeing with you. But I got to take Green Bay -1. I don't know. The Vikings barely beat a team that started Sam Darnold at quarterback. They lost to a team that started Cooper Rush at quarterback. They lost to the Ravens, who the Ravens just looked pretty bad 2 out of the past 3 weeks. And they barely beat the Chargers, who the Chargers haven't looked the best in the last couple of weeks either. And you just got Aaron Rodgers and basically a pick'em. I'm going to go with Green Bay. I don't care that Aaron Jones is out. We saw last week that A.J. Dillon, and in weeks prior when he got multiple touches, has been just fine in the backfield. They're not going to lose anything with him as a running back. You still got Devontae Adams. I'm taking Green Bay -1. I don't know why the line is so close, but I'm taking them. And last but not least, sir, I got you on this one. I bet against you boys last week, and they made me pay. This week, I'm taking them. Sorry, Scott. San Francisco -6.5 against Jacksonville. San Fran, last 3 weeks, 27 points a game with Jimmy G and Mr. Kittle back in the fold.
That boy Jimmy G can hand the ball off, man. He's a great handoff dude, man.
That's fine. You could be a great game manager.
Hey, wait a minute. And
still blow out
you
Jacksonville.
Respect Jimmy G gangster, first of all. And my man Debo been cooking y'all. Listen, put some respect on their name.
The only reason this line is not 13 is because they put up a whole 9 points to beat the Bills 9-6. That's the only reason this line is close.
They almost beat the Colts in Indianapolis.
They've averaged 11 points their last 3 games. If you say it's close, that's fine. Maybe their defense is playing well. San Francisco's going to run the ball down their throat. And this game, I think they're going to win by 14. You tell me they're going to win by 7 like you thought, that's fine. Or
I actually think Jacksonville's going to win.
Oh, yeah, or I'll be wrong for like the first time in like a month. That's fine by me too.
Oh, Tim Field talking that talk. I see it, Tim.
And I'll say, I think your girlfriend mentioned that you're not an ultimate loser and got mad at me. You called yourself the loser of this show.
No,
I was just reiterating.
With my sports teams, not
I didn't mean it like that.
In real life.
I didn't mean it like that.
Be careful, Scott. She's from Detroit. She'll fucking stab you, bro.
Well, she's a Lion and Tiger fan, so it explains why you're a Jet fan. That's a hell of a household, sports-wise. You guys are real winners.
Got a bunch of dubs here. You can call us a lot of things, but a fucking front runner is not one of them. I'm not one of these Giants fans that are going to come out of the woodwork when they're in the playoff race.
Oh, they're the worst. Yeah, well, we're bad too. We're bad too. I think we could all agree that like no one hates the Chiefs. Like honestly, like I don't hate the Chiefs. So you're like the fanhood and the city that it's like the Packers, hard to hate.
Listen. For one night, like 2 years ago, couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand them.
Right. But when wouldn't you rather lose to them as a franchise as some other AFC teams?
I don't want to lose, fam. That's loser talk.
It's part of the fucking game. Someone's got to lose. If I have to lose in an NFC,
why could it have been them?
If I have to lose in an NFC championship, I'd rather go out versus the Eagles than the Giants. I'd rather go out versus the fucking Rams than the Giants. So there are better or worse options. So.
We learned last week that one team does not have to lose, Scott. You're sounding like Najee Harris on us. Come on now.
In the playoffs, in the playoffs, you gotta lose. All right, so those are our picks. Good luck, everyone. Next week we'll have our Thanksgiving ones, and I'm sure we'll have Nick's picks when he waits till Saturday morning when the lines change, which is sort of cheating to me, but this is what it is. With that, yeah. So all right, let's get to DFS. I actually did not do a lineup because I'm a busy man, so I did not have time. We will go backwards here. We'll start with you, Tim.
No problem. Quick shout out to the Bread Inferno. He was in our Twitch chat. He took down the SBDFS lineup on DraftKings, won a whole $27.
Solid.
Bested 9 other people. Yeah, that's a rip, Scott. You know what second is? First loser. I've been there 3 times this week.
I didn't pick Matt
year.
Ryan, so
yeah. And if I didn't pick Matt Ryan, I would have fucking won the whole thing. But I digress. As Nick
there you go.
Let's start it off right. Coming off his worst game ever, in my eyes, Lamar Jackson at quarterback, 8,000 against the Bears. My man, I don't care if he doesn't throw the ball at all. He might run for 150 yards. He ain't getting sacked 5 times. It's just not happening against the Bears. What's up, old boy?
I'm sorry. No, that worst game of the year, that was on me. Sorry, Lamar. Fam, I didn't mean to do it to you, kid.
Yeah, why you keep I keep jinxing my man.
I was hyping you up before the Thursday night game. I was like, he about to cook, and he didn't do it. That was on me. My bad.
Yeah, sir. Don't worry. Don't hype my man up. I did the hyping for him. At 8K, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. At running back, this is assuming that Mr. Chubb doesn't play. Dearness Johnson at 5,600 against Detroit, averaging 25 points per game, fantasy points per game in both of his starts this year. I don't see anything changing against that Detroit defense. 5,600 for a starting running back is relatively cheap. And I'm going to take another first-time starter. I talked about him before. A.J. Dillon, 6,200 against Minnesota. He's getting a start with Aaron Jones out. They're going to use him on all 3 downs. I think he's like 16 to 18 catching the ball out of the backfield. They could use him in the passing game. It's full point PPR. I'm plugging and playing. To match with Lamar Jackson, I'm getting somebody who's averaged 13 targets a game his last 3 games. That's Hollywood Brown. I know he don't catch them all, sir. I know. I use it every week. One of these days, he's going to catch that deep ball for touchdowns. And it could come twice this game. I'm hoping. I know a couple Bears fan that might be upset with me. Sorry, Dickie. I know you're not going to listen, but your grandson is, so you could tell him I was vouching for you. Wide receiver number 2. Give me Jalen Waddle against my Jets defense. I need some part of this game against the Jets defense, especially since Scott's starting to it.
Well, how many touchdowns do you think Waddle will put up? 2? That's 2 touchdowns. So
I'm fucking hoping so, right? He's in my lineup. I got the Dolphins minus 3.5. I'm good with it. With that being said, give me another part of this Jets game. Someone who scored 3 touchdowns in his past 2 games. Give me Elijah Moore, 4,900. I had to go cheaper on some of these options, and he's one of the cheaper options at wide receiver. The reason I got to go cheap is because, sir, at tight end, give me George Kittle at 6,300. There's really no other reason. He's back. Zero. Yeah. We're doing all. We do a celebration here. We do a celebration.
Best tight end in the league, kid. You already know.
The second best tight end in the league.
Whoa.
Sir, we gotta be nice to our guests.
Come on. Best tight end in football. You know what it is. The people's tight end. You know what it is.
Man.
So
Two fucking cornballs.
Anyway,
The tight end.
Dalton Schultz. Yeah,
you got who? Jarwin.
I got Dallas Schultz, but he's not a tool. He's got you guys have a bunch of tryhards. It's like, all right, we get it. Get the fuck back in the huddle.
All I know is when Travis Kelce catches the ball, that man is stiff arming somebody. He's going 15 more yards.
Absolutely. Then he gets up and does a tool bag dance and acts like he's cool.
Speaking of tool bags, let's go to my flex play. And my flex play is a man in your guys' game. Starting at wide receiver, came back off injury last week, got a couple targets, got a couple catches. Give me Michael Gallup at 5,200 against Kansas City. You're telling me it's going to be a blowout?
I was looking at that.
You're telling me it's going to be a blowout. Why not? Caught 3 balls last week. If he catches 3 balls, maybe one's a touchdown. 4,200 for a starting wide receiver in a game that's supposed to be a high over/under. I'm all for it.
3 balls.
Yeah.
Hey, could be better than the 2 you're going to catch later. God damn it! And on defense, give me the Detroit Lions, babe. I picked that for you. 2,100 against the Browns. Listen, Baker's hurt. Possible no Nick Chubb. I'm taking the second cheapest defense and plugging it with the rest of my team. That's my lineup.
All right, Barry, we'll go to you, Barry, and then we'll finish up with Sir.
All right, say less, man. Right now, I have to start off our boy Jalen Hurts at quarterback for 6.8 thousand. I think that the running yards that he gets every single week will definitely accumulate to some nice points from the quarterback play. And I also think, again, this New Orleans Saints defense is a shell of themselves. So I believe in Jalen Hurts. And for 68K, that's a steal for me. At the running back position, I got to go Zeke, 7.7 thousand. I think he's going to run all over my Chiefs defense. He's been a nice battering ram for your Cowboys. And, everything starts with Zeke. So I think he's going to have a big game. Then next one up, I like our touchdown leader in the NFL, James Conner, at 6.1 thousand, guys. That is a fucking steal to get James Conner, the touchdown leader, at under 8K, man. So I had to put him on there. Then I saw this guy do work. One of the only 2 touchdowns the Raiders scored was thrown to Hunter Renfrow. The man has been balling out in fantasy. And for only 5.8K, man, you better take that, white boy. So I'm going to take Hunter Renfrow. Then another person I'm going to take. This one was my riskier pick, but like my boy Tim said, he's a little bit cheaper. You got to get some cheaper options in there. So I'm going to go with Christian Kirk at 5.7 thousand. I think that, again, the Arizona Cardinals haven't exactly had the best week, but I believe that passing attack will come back stronger than ever, and Christian Kirk will be a little bit of a focal point there, along with DeAndre Hopkins. But when Christian Kirk is moving the ball, when he's creating separation downfield, it opens up for everybody else. So I like him there. Then next, other wide receiver position for a cheap 4,000, I like Mecole Hardman, because here's why I'll say this. If you guys watched that Chiefs game, I saw Patrick Mahomes make so many more check down and drag route reads than I've ever seen him throw in the past 3 seasons. So I think that Andy, Reid, as far as gaining his confidence back, has made it more of an effort for him to get some short throw passes, especially against 2 deep safeties. That seems to be the game plan against the Chiefs. So who do you think your underneath guy is going to be? I like Mecole Hardman at 4,000. Then for the tight end position, Dan Arnold at 4.1K. The man, at least from what we see from PJ Washington, who hasn't completed many passes, as a quarterback, the ones he's completed it to has been Arnold. So I like him there. You got to throw some cheap players in there, and I think that he'll get some receptions for the Panthers there. And then finally at the flex position, I know someone said, I think Sir said, you can't believe in Kirk Cousins. What I do believe is him throwing it to Adam Thielen. So I think Adam Thielen at 6.6K at the flex position is a steal. I mean, somebody that they're saying he's having a down year. You got to catch those people that don't believe at these points in time, and I take Adam Thielen there. And then finally, to go all in with my Eagles pick, I took the Eagles defense at 2.9 thousand. And with $300 left to spare, I think I maximized as much that I can out of this lineup. So that's my lineup.
I want to say, Barry, because you mentioned Renfro. I've had him on my fantasy team, and I've picked him in the past few weeks on this DFS. He hasn't even been moving up with price. He's been 5,800, which is amazing because he has been playing crazy, and you'd think his price has gone up. So he's been a value pick every fucking week. I really like that pick. And I did watch the Chiefs game. Mahomes actually missed Hardman on a few touchdown throws too deep. So he has been looking for him, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure.
Sir, finish it off.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of read my lineup a little bit in backwards. As my defense, y'all know I like my cheap defenses because why not? Give me the cheapest defense on the board. The Houston Texans at 2K. They're playing Tennessee. Yes, Tennessee can put up points, but that was with Derrick Henry and Julio in the lineup. Both those two are gone. Listen, if they can give me about 5 points, we in there. At the flex, you mentioned him, the touchdown leader. Give me James Conner at 6,100. I said they get in the red zone. It's Conner time. He's been putting in work, so why not? He scores a touchdown at least once a game, so that's points right there. At the tight end, I've been rocking with this dude the last 3 weeks. His price has slowly been coming up. Give me Tyler Conklin at 3,900. I don't trust Kirk Cousins, but when they get in the red zone, they look his way. Last week he caught two catches for 11 yards and 2 touchdowns. He found the end zone twice. You know what I'm saying? I said last week he's been getting targets, but hasn't found the end zone. He finally found it, so maybe that's the thing. Sign of things to come. Now, y'all two going to like the rest of my lineup because I have a feeling your game's going to be a shootout. If it ends up 13-7, I'm going to come in last. So whatever. But at quarterback, give me Dak, 7,200. Because that Chiefs defense, listen, they've been playing much better ball, but I still don't trust them. So give me Dak at 7,200. To pair with him, I went CeeDee Lamb, 7,600, and Michael Gallup at 4,200. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping it's not a Zeke show. Hoping this is, air raid offense, just throw the ball, put up some points. My other receiver, I had some money to spend, so I went the other side of the football. Tyreek Hill, 8,200. He's been putting up some points lately now, and he has slate breaking ability. So he gets the ball in the open field, he gonna make somebody miss. So give me Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
I'm saying, yeah. At running back, I went Darrell Williams, 5,400. Again, they got him involved in the passing offense. He had 9 catches last week. It's CEH. Hopefully, he won't sit out one more week. Let Williams do his thing. And my other running back, give me Mark Ingram, 5,400. Start running back, for the Saints. Again, what's up? 5,400 Mark Ingram action.
No, it's a great pick. I remember last week I asked you guys, who would you start, Le'Veon Bell or Mark Ingram? And you all told me Le'Veon Bell, and I did. And he got 1 point.
Hey,
that's also because we didn't necessarily know.
Yeah, I didn't know
status.
Kamara was going to say, I'm going to sit on down for a minute. You know
right.
what I'm
saying?
Yeah. And for what it's worth, Cam Newton's going to start a quarterback for Carolina. So this week. So
all right, sir, sorry, man.
Get ready for that.
No, that was my lineup. So I'm saying, so if yours gives a shootout, my lineup going to put up some points.
Yeah.
If it's a 13-10 ball game, well, see y'all next week.
Yeah, it's like you said. Sometimes it's better to just put your eggs all in one basket.
Target one or two games. Hey, it's easy to get 1 or 2 things right than get 6 or 7 things right. So
all right, so that's it for week 11. I mean, we're all looking forward to, of course, the Chiefs Cowboys is probably the game of the week. You never know who the fuck will win anymore. It is what it is. Enjoy. We're a week away from the greatest 4 days, in my opinion, of the year, that Thanksgiving to that Sunday with the football, the eating. It is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Fat Boy status.
It's Fat Boy approved. We promise you that.
It's this week coming up, and then the Saturday games in December are just phenomenal. It's just such a vibe. It's such a vibe, to be a football fan during this time of year, especially if your team's actually good. So
shots fired.
It's fine. Everyone enjoy. We're going to sign off here till next week. Once again, check out Barry's podcast, Talk That Talk Show. I'm sure we're going to work something out to where I head over there and go on soon. So it's just it's a really funny show, and support them, support friends, everything like that. And we're going to log off right now. Stay on Twitch, and we'll give you some prop bets. Goodbye, everyone.